I love Pikmin. I know, you guys couldn't tell. What with my 6 videos covering the subject. There's just something about these games that stands apart from all other Nintendo properties for me. I might be a little biased in this regard. I mean, Pikmin was one of my first GameCube games as a kid. I grew up with this series. I was there when Pikmin 2 was coming out and I couldn't believe it, and oh my god, why does that Pikmin have red eyes? I was there for the long wait for Pikmin 3, thinking the series just wasn't going to continue, being amazed at the E3 unveil for it, and finally getting to enjoy a new Pikmin game as, well, a graduate fresh out of high school instead of a grade school kid. The series has grown alongside me, and supposedly it still is. If you had to ask me what's so amazing about this series, I would say it's the world it lives in. More than any other series Nintendo has put out, the world of Pikmin feels so real, like a living, breathing thing with a lot of thought and care put into every detail of it. This isn't to say other Nintendo games don't succeed in that regard too. I mean, just look at Breath of the Wild. It's got immersiveness in spades. But, I don't know. Pikmin just has something different about it. Playing the first game as a kid, I had never played something so brutally demanding and realistic. Pikmin is hard. Don't let the cutesy aesthetic and Miyamoto plushie gifts fool you. That first game for a kid was intimidating. You're saying I have 30 days to beat the game, or Olimar dies? You're saying I have to fight these gigantic creatures with nothing but my little Pikmin, knowing full well they're probably going to get horribly slaughtered? It was this demand, this challenge, that set Pikmin apart even further from the rest. It never felt like the game was holding your hand, or treating you without respect. It gives you the basic tutorial on the first day with no time limit, and from then on you're on your own. Figure it out, find the parts, raise an army, and try to take care of your Pikmin. More than anything, this made the game feel so realistic, in a way that's hard to describe. And it's that same realism that bleeds into every corner of Pikmin's world. Not just the first game, but all of the games. Environments are beautiful, with different kinds of nature to see around every corner. Sunlight shines through the trees, rapidly hurtling towards sundown when it's time to leave the planet's surface for the night. There are winter-inspired areas, deep dark caves, areas experiencing autumn. When you take all of this beauty, put it in a blender, and then add in the surprisingly realistic and demanding gameplay systems, you get a series that feels more grounded than anything next to it on the shelf at your local game store. And I know it's not something you would assume from the get-go. Even with its beauty, Pikmin looks cartoonish, with colorful creatures and aliens of all shapes and sizes. Perhaps, then, this is why its realism is so surprising and contrasting. It all takes place on what appears to be planet Earth, which is one of the most intriguing things about the series for me. That one factoid has always been this nagging itch that's made me speculate from the day I picked up the first game. Pikmin 2 cemented it a lot more with its mountain of Earth-inspired treasures, but even in Pikmin 1 you can find remnants of civilization just laying around. What happened to planet Earth? What happened to the humans? Why is Earth filled with all of this strange new wildlife? Even as a kid, I would always wonder. That question only grew bigger with each game. An apocalypse? Time travel? Simply the future? Radiation? Alternate dimensions? To this day, there's still no surefire answer to it all. But isn't that the fun of it? I know it seems a bit random that I just decided to gush about the series like this, but lately I've just been thinking about Pikmin a lot. It's 2019, and there's still no Pikmin 4 anywhere to be seen. Back in 2015, Miyamoto himself stated the game was very close to completion, a comment which excited me so much I made an entire video about it. Something must have changed though. If you want my guess, it probably has to do with the launch of the Nintendo Switch. After all, Miyamoto made that comment in 2015, before the Switch was even a thing. It's quite possible Pikmin 4 was being developed for the Wii U, but has since been shifted to a Switch game. Makes sense, right? The last we heard about the mysterious title, Miyamoto confirmed that it's still in development as of 2017. So, will we see it someday? Yeah, I certainly think so. And with all other major Nintendo properties getting their own time to shine on the Switch, surely Pikmin's going to follow. So, chalk it up to random nostalgia, or the burning desire for a Pikmin 4, or both, but I felt the need to express why I think Pikmin is so special. Every Nintendo property has something that makes it special, but Pikmin's always going to be that shining gem to me. I'll never forget the memories I've made with this series. It's got me closer to friends, made me play games more carefully and observantly, and even served as the original instigator behind this channel. Without Pikmin, VGTI probably wouldn't even be a thing. If you've never played these games before, give them a try. They may not be for everyone, but there's something special to be found in all of them. Ultimately, the Pikmin games are about surviving through difficult times, even when it seems like all hope is lost. They're about perseverance through challenges, big and small. And to me, I feel like that's something we can all relate to.